That's different ways of altering the note, editing it. Okay. I tend to say okay a lot, don't I? All right then. How's that? Now, how about copying a note? I want to copy this note over here. Well, there's a couple ways to do that. I can, of course, shift left click and drag, and when I get where I want, holding down, while I'm holding down the left mouse button, I do a right click, and there you go. It copied it. And that will work the same way in this view. If I don't know if I can grab this. Yeah, I grabbed it there. If I control and right click, well, I have the mouse button down. It's going to put it, now because I control left clicked, it's going to be the same exact note. That note right there is A3. See, A3. It didn't drop it, you know. Say I selected this note and I moved it down to another track, it's going to stay that note. That's a neat little feature. We can undo that. Go back. That's how you copy. Another way you can copy is I can take this note. Remember our snap feature? I want to put, let's do this note instead so you can see it better. I want to move that note there, but I want to copy it there. So I hold down the control key and I press the backspace. And I just put that note right there. And kept that note where it was at. And this works the same for, say I like this, I want to repeat this section here. Well, I just go right here and select it. I go to my, I want to put that right there. I control backspace, and now look, I just copied that whole section right there. And that will work the same. You can do the same thing right there. I want to put that on this track right there. Control backspace. I just copied that to here with the control backspace snap feature. Boy, I like that. Can undo that. Clear. Go back. So that's how you copy. And this way that I'm copying and moving stuff around, when I go into the control data editing part, it's the same thing. But I'll show it to you. And it's the same way up in the multi-track with regions. A lot of it's exactly the same. SAW Studio keeps it all uniform. So that's your copying. Now, what about quantizing? Here's a quick little lesson in quantizing editing. Of course, if I select this region right here and press the Q button, it just quantized everything to my grid setting here, whatever I have it set at. See how it all changed? And it's not going to sound that good right now because I didn't play it. You know, you got to have it set to the way you're playing. But it's that easy, having that snap to grid feature. And of course you can go up and change it. I'm sorry, I didn't want that. If you go and you oh, wait a second here. I select a note, I can left click in the start time, and I have a little quantize menu comes up. You know, it does exactly what it says here, and there's a couple keyboard shortcuts right there for you. And you don't have that feature when you have it a marked range. See, I'm clicking in here, but you do have the keyboard shortcuts, the Q and the other ones. So that's a little So you can quantize it real quick. Select a mark region, or that note's just off. Little Q puts it to your grid setting. Q for quantize. Okay, let's move on to just to let you know, there is no nudge feature in the MIDI workstation, at least not yet, and we don't know if it will, if Bob will put that in, but there is none or no nudge feature, so don't go looking for it. Okay, where are we going next? Okay, let's move to the step record feature, which is pretty cool. It's a cool feature. And if I left click on that step feature button, step record button, the mouse changes to show you that you're in the step record mode. And what does step record do? Well, it's pretty simple. I put the cursor where I want it to be, and I can enter in notes. See that? I was way out of line there. I mean, I'm going too far down the keyboard so you can't see it. See? See I'm putting them in there? Let's see, where's this note? Okay, let's go. Let's put a note in right here. See, it just did it right there. Now, if I want to make sure I'm in view here when I'm doing this, okay, I'm going to press this key, and if I use my right mouse right arrow keys, I can make the duration longer. See that? Let's do this. Let's go out of here. I just wanna. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go into step record, and let's. Oh, what am I doing? Let's move down here so you can see it better. There. Now we'll step record here so you can really see it. You know, I can see the notes here where I'm at, right? And now I can put the cursor where I want it, and I just put a note in. Now if I hit that note, hold it down with my left mouse button, I use my right arrow key, I can set the duration. See? And if I have the grid mode on, which you should have it on because it really makes things helpful, it will snap, and I want to make it that long. See that? That's pretty cool. Now, there's another feature in step record, which is called the auto step mode. And what that does is, if I go up here, I have it step record active, and right click. See how the cursor moves automatically down the timeline? And you can speed it up. You can speed it up. Oh wait, you can speed it up. See, or slow it down by pressing the minus or plus buttons. See that? You can. Pretty cool, huh? So now if I had to slow it down way down to where it's not even moving, now when I enter a note, it's just gonna, it will move down to the next grid setting after I'm done. Pretty cool. So that's step recording. Pretty simple to understand. It's a neat little feature, that auto. And I showed you the duration, how to keep the duration going. Okay, next we have the step draw. This couldn't be simpler. When you're moving this around in step draw, you're gonna hear all the notes. And step draw. I just pressed the left button and I just drew a note. And it's gonna snap. The note's gonna only be as long as what you have it set here. That's step drawing. Saw gives you a number of ways of editing and writing in notes. That's step draw. And one thing here, I want to put a note here. Now I just click and it adds the note to the length of the grid setting. Now if I hold the left mouse button down, watch what happens. I can draw the length, the duration. See that? Just click it once, you get one note. Click and hold, and you can draw. That is step drawing. So stuff is all pretty simple, isn't it? Okay, where are we going next? Okay, next, let's go to our control data editing and moving around. And when you hit the display key here, you'll notice that the notes turn gray, letting you know you're in display mode, which is the data display mode. And the data is represented by these colored bars. Well, let's go down here. Here I have a couple. I have a I have a main volume here, entry. I'm gonna take the grid mode off so I can. And to select a data entry, you merely just put the cursor to the right of the actual data you want to select. You can't click on this to select it. It doesn't turn any color or anything like the notes. So you just if in the manual it says if the data is to the left of the cursor, it is the active data, the one you can control. I say it's the selected data, and if the cursor's to the right of it, it's selected. It's that simple. That's one way of selecting, and of course you can do the marked range and select it. Pretty simple. You can select a bunch of marked, select a bunch of data if you had a bunch in here. How do you move this data? Well, you select it. I want to move this data entry, and I'm going to go right back to Shift or Control left drag, and I'm going to shift this right or left over here. I just moved that data. I'm going to shift it back over here, and I'm going to shift that data down to this track. You're getting the picture now, isn't it? It's all the same. It all works the same, and